I bet you all wish you were at the beach right now. This video is meant to show you the ins and outs of Adobe Spark Video. Essentially, Adobe Spark Video is a very simple and easy to use Adobe program. Spark is kind of meant to do a lot of the work for you. You basically fill in the meat, you basically fill in the muscle, and Spark gives you the entire skeleton. So anyways, what we're going to do, the first thing you're going to do with Adobe Spark, go to Adobe Spark, go to spark.adobe.com. Spark.adobe.com. When you go to spark.adobe.com, go to the login button, and from the login button, you're going to click over here. You're going to go teacher or student. You are a student. Log in with school account, and then you're going to log in with your enterprise ID. Click that. Then you're going to type in your Clemson information. Mine obviously is going to fill in automatically here. Yours probably will not unless you've used Spark before. Remember, always use your last name and then at clemson.edu, never at g.clemson.edu. That will not work for you. That'll not fulfill your wishes and your needs for here. So mine is jdrich at clemson.edu. Click that and you'll be all good. Redirecting you to sign in. Alright, so let's give it a moment. When you get to this page, look, the Spark page is the home page. So you can basically, everything is in one center area. So I clicked that center button, this blue plus sign, that means start a new project. I don't want a graphic, I don't want a web page, I want a video. So actually, I'm going to have you all just click over here on start to scratch. You don't want a graphic, you don't want a web page, you want to make a video. Alright, so for these, I'm just going to encourage you to skip everything. Start from scratch. They're going to give you templates that you don't need because you are plenty capable of making your own video without their pre-formatted restrictions. You know, those really are restrictions. Alright, so this is the home page. This is the page you're going to be looking at a lot on Spark Video. Basically, Spark is very simple. It's very visual. It's good for visual learners such as myself. Basically, this down here is what I would call your timeline. This is where you assemble your assets, your videos, your photos, your symbols, your credits, your words, the actual content of your video. Right here is where you'll record your voiceover, your sound. You should speak into a microphone, maybe on your computer, or say a cell phone. If you have a real professional microphone, I would always encourage you to use that. But that is not the expectation. Over here you have options to do fancy stuff like split screens, adding captions, adding a title into text. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But what you need first, the first thing you need to do is to find actual video. So I'm going to encourage you to use your own assets here. Use a camera phone. Use a camera if you have one. Use your smartphone, your iPhone, your Samsung, whatever you have. If you're going to use a smartphone, always hold your phone horizontally. Never hold it vertically. We've all seen those crappy YouTube or Snapchat videos that are vertical, and you can't see anything. Hold them horizontally, hold them landscape. Anyways, I'm gonna encourage you heavily to use your own assets. If you're going to want B-roll, I'm gonna suggest a couple of different websites. You're looking at Pexels. Pexels is pretty good. Pexels is where you can get free Creative Commons videos that you don't have to cite, that you can just use free of attribution, that don't cost anything. Pexels is really good, but also is this website Pixabay, which I really like. For Pixabay, this is the homepage when you go to pixabay.com. I would recommend click over here on videos. They have lots of graphics and illustrations and photos and images. But for this project, you're going to mostly want videos. I'm going to type in scuba or scuba diving for my project. I'm going to showcase my new initiative that I'm pitching to investors of a Lake Hartwell scuba diving company. So I don't know if you all know this, but there are shipwrecks and there are old buildings at the bottom of Lake Hartwell that have been flooded. So this is a business that would be targeted to members of the Clemson public as well as Clemson University students to go underwater and to scuba dive with the remnants of old Lake Hartwell ships and buildings. Anyways, so I click on a video like this. Would be pretty good for me to include in my video. I look over here. Alright, so the Pixabay license, this says that it's free for commercial use and no attribution is required. What this means is, number one, I do not have to pay for it. which is good. You guys should never spend a dime in this class. But also, no attribution required. This means that I do not have to cite that within, say, a works cited page. I do encourage that you all say, videos via Pixabay or videos via Pexels, something along those lines. Just very briefly, just very quickly. But I click download. Really, it doesn't really matter too much which size you go with, but I would say always go 1280 by 720, the default. Click download. You can see my Wi-Fi is not going to be strong. I'm in the library right now. But anyways, so I'm just going to go through, and so this video looks nice. This looks awesome, but considering I'm talking about Lake Hartwell. Lake Hartwell does not have any coral in it. That video would not be appropriate for me. This one I could do. I doubt my audience is going to necessarily know what type of fish swim in Lake Hartwell versus what type of fish swim in the ocean. My guess is these fish would not be natively found in Lake Hartwell, but that's okay. So that's downloading. Why don't I do... this one looks pretty cool. This could be for my shipwreck scene. These videos don't have to be incredibly long. 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes or so usually makes for a good video. But so I'm just downloading all of this footage onto my computer. See, this one also doesn't have to be attributed. But let's see, this is a nice one. I could definitely use this. This would be someone boating on Lake Hartwell. Could be pretty good. These are all MP4 files. Anyway, so I go back to Adobe Spark page. The first thing I'm going to want to do, say for my first scene, is to click add a video. I'll do the scuba diving video first. So essentially, what this screen is, so the video that I've imported is pretty long. It's roughly about 20 seconds or long or so. I don't want all of it. I basically want my pitch to investors to begin with this. Kind of just a brief little, maybe I'll make it a little longer. Like that. You see how this video really is already edited a little bit. So, oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. Oh well, I made a mistake. Anyways, let's go back. Let's see what it looks like now. Oh, it looks bad, yeah. Alright, let's go back and fix that. Yes, delete slide. I'm going to upload. Which one was it? It was this one, wasn't it? Scuba diving. Yeah, that looks good to me. Let's go with that. Click save. Pixabay and Pexels both give professional, usually 4K or better footage. That'll be really good for you. But anyways, so now let's go in. For this scene, I'll just do the shipwreck. Doesn't really make a difference right now. But move this around. Say that I don't want any of this footage. I can move the clip over and just get the end. All of this stuff. But I do. It looks good. So we'll go save. Whew. Alright, then we'll add one more just for good measure. So let's add in, let's do the island. Not that I really think Lake Hartwell has any islands quite so spectacular as this one, but that's okay. We'll stretch our imaginations. I guess the audience members might not know that. They've probably likely never been to this little corner of South Carolina. But anyways, so this is my timeline. You'll see I have 3 video clips assembled here. I'm going to go ahead and click play on the video. Well, actually, yeah, so this is kind of showing what I have assembled so far. I have exactly 9 seconds of footage. So I'll want to make this a little bit longer. Your video should be quite a bit longer than that, obviously. But this is just an example. Say on this first slide, I want to do, say, a split screen. Just click over here. That's really simple. And I can do Lake Hartwell. Is that how you spell Hartwell? I'm not even sure. Lake Hartwell diving tours. I can make it a little bit bigger. You can center that, I would suggest. But anyways, so now that looks much better. See, it kind of ruins this. I would say I wouldn't recommend this really because it ruins the contrast. Anyway, but you get the point. Click over here. Say I want to do a caption. Say that my company offers island tours. Pretty impressive. This one I can caption this I'm gonna say this company that I'm creating, Millennial Tourism, or maybe you are all like, Gen Y Tourism. Anyways, and make sure you spell millennial right. Anyways, to add your credits, pretty simple, straightforward. Add your name, add Clemson University. Assets via Pixabay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But I suggest you all add some music. You do that over here. Add music, you might go with different choices. They have a ton in here that are pretty good. Some of them are not great though. I would say you can always add your own music. If you're looking for music, I would recommend a website called Bensound that gives you royalty-free music. You just have to say music via Bensound within the credits. Pretty simple and straightforward. I make sure you have a title. Make sure that you fine-tune details. These videos should be good. I have high expectations. Spark does a lot of the work for you. Spark makes this very simple and very easy. This project will take some time. I'm guessing many of you have very little experience creating videos. But because Spark makes everything so simple, I do want these to be good. Put lots of time and energy into these. This will probably be either the most intensive project of our semester. We are winding down. But it'll be near the top anyway. Make sure that you record a voiceover. You'll have to give your microphone permissions, and then you'll have to do that. Let's see. Anything else that I think is valuable for you all? You can always add. Let's see. So this is how you add a new scene, but you can always add a photo. You can always just add text or add words. You can always add an icon. Everything should be Creative Commons. If not, if you're going to use video assets that are not Creative Commons, say you want to include like a news clip or something like that, you can absolutely feel free to do so. You just have to add them into the credits and cite them with MLA formatting, as you've done in the past. If there are any questions, you can always contact me, jdrich@g.clemson.edu. Questions, issues, or concerns can also be put into Yellow Dig. Keep up the good work. You're all fantastic this semester. Anyways, enjoy. Have fun with this project. It challenges you to mobilize a lot of creativity. I'm under no illusions. This project is not a straightforward one. It's not a simple or easy one. We are definitely moving into the core of our class, into the end of our class. This project is very much audience-based. You're pitching to investors. You're trying to get them to invest in your company. My goal is, as an instructor, is always to put the tools in your hands and help you to use the tools, but ultimately it's your job to assemble them into something that accomplishes the goals of the assignment. Anyways, let me know if you have any issues, questions, or concerns, and have a enjoyable last couple of weeks, and enjoy your summers.